I'm live. I'm live. It's 6:30 in the morning. What? Yeah. I woke up, couldn't get back to sleep. Had a bad week, so I haven't done this video yet. I hadn't done this live stream. Was thinking it wasn't going to happen. But I'm up, whether I want to be or not. Barking dog in the building. Wow. And how many bags do I have under my left eye at 6:30 in the morning? You didn't ask for this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Look at that, man. Sometimes this is kind of where I see the results of my bad eye. And they're not exactly tracking even. So my left eye is I had a torn retina lots of years ago. They did a sclera buccal procedure where they put a band around my eye, but it just created a visual imbalance. My left eye I don't get much good out of it. And there's a good angle where you can see where my left eye doesn't always track with my right as well. It tries, because I'm not totally blind in it. They can't correct both sides. But yeah, I can see a lot more baggage under this eye. It doesn't want to open as much this time of the morning. It doesn't track as good as the right one. Wow. That's more than you all asked for. if you click on this video for my football picks. But there you have it. But that's a good explanation. Why is, I'm a Dolphin fan. My favorite football player of all time, even more than Marino, is Bob Greasy. And part of that's because we both have vision issues. He was legally blind playing football. And yeah, I got glasses about the time he started wearing them on the field. And back in, what was it, 76, 77? And so when I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as much as I enjoyed seeing everyone's bust, including his glasses are at the Hall of Fame. And because he was the first player to wear glasses on an NFL field. And so, yeah, that's why. Am I really going to start sneezing? I'm going to try not to do that, because that will definitely interrupt things. I sneeze a lot when I sneeze, and I sneeze loud. Okay. Let's do these football picks. I'm just gonna. It'll be interesting. Part of me is curious if at 6:30 on a Sunday morning, if somebody's out there, what is this nut doing on at this time of the day? And come on in. Maybe I get somebody. If not, we at least record our picks. So, Let me go to I wanted to do something. I want to play a little joke. Let me see if I can do it while we're going. Any football fans come in here and want to play a football practical joke, this is how we're going to do it. If I can find the live stream on my channel real quick, and I can give you a link, probably give you a link in the description. Here, let's see if I can do that. I got to find a video. Now, see, the Dolphins are playing the Jets today. And there's a member of the VC. His name's Final Richie. And he's a Jets fan. And I like to give him a hard time about that sometimes. So let's see if I pull up StreamYard. I got a let's see what happens if I put this in here. It's an experiment. So I put a link there. If you want to play a little joke, nothing mean spirited. We're not trying to make to make them mad. But if you see this video this morning, whether it's live, whether it's, well, it would have to be recorded because right now there's nobody in here but me. So, hey, Mr. Beast, if you're listening. Anyway, so go to Richie's channel. That's one of his latest videos. Go in the comment section, and what you can type is JETS sucks. Go Fins. If you could do that for me, I would appreciate that. If somebody could do that for me, I would really appreciate that. Yeah, Richie's a good guy. And if you're into records, he is a man. He's probably the best source for punk music in the VC. I mean, the guy really knows his stuff. And so if you're into punk music and if you see this and you're into punk music, go sub them up. Great channel. So, like I said, especially for punk. Let's get started. First, I gotta get Jake to move from in front of my other. Hey, buddy. Oh, hey. Come down here. Thank you, Bob. It's a little different with him and Aretha. I have two cats that they both like to get up there in front of my second TV that I use. This is where I see the stuff that I'm sharing. And he's not as Jake. He's not as stubborn as she is. He just doesn't seem to clue in what I'm doing. And all of a sudden, I'm in the middle. I just can't even think. We're trying to share. Why is the controls for Jake, down here, Bob? Thank you. Why are the controls for StreamYard looking different to me this morning? Old people in technology, man. Share screen. Thank you. All right, so this first thing coming up is the tweet of the day. This is from a buddy of mine. I saw it on in my email when I got up. Thought it was hysterical. Dear WRB News Programming Department, for the love of God, please broadcast the Eagles-Cardinals game tomorrow. Nobody cares about the Cowboys anymore. Go Birds. I hate to tell Daryl this. I'm not sure anybody cares about the Eagles either. Though they are playing well. They are the only undefeated team left in the NFL. Got to give them a little respect for that. All right. Oh, well, and this is where I get confused. Okay, so I have to. Sometimes I try to bring my cursor over to the front screen and use it. All right, so yeah, this Thursday. Normally I do this on a Thursday right before the game. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that anymore because the turnaround's too quick. I can't get home and get anything done and then be here at 7 to do that. So I'm thinking about doing Tuesday or Wednesday night a little later, like about 9. We'll see. I know if you've been watching, I've been saying that for a while. All right, so let's get in these picks. I'm not too heartbroken over this because, first of all, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure why everybody is so upset about the bad football game Thursday night. What did you expect? I knew it was going to be a stinker. I knew it was going to. The only thing I'm upset about is that because I'm so late, I was going to pick one of these teams to be the low score. Now, I would have been wrong no, I know. I would have picked Denver. I was going to pick Denver. I was going to put 1 confidence point on it. So I'm not super upset. I'll take the loss there. I would have taken the loss anyway. And I wouldn't have put very many confidence points on it because both of these teams right now, they got their offensive issues, and I did not expect a high scoring game. I expected both of these teams to do exactly what they did, have a bad offensive game. I just had the wrong winner, but I don't know what people expect. On paper, I guess maybe the Broncos look like they should be better, but they're 5 games into the season. They should look a little better than what they did. But I also don't understand all the hate for Russell Wilson at this point. I mean, it seems like all of a sudden a huge ramping up of hate toward Russell Wilson, and he's been a good quarterback. I don't know. I've heard some people say, well, if he quit today, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's that good, but he's good. He's really good. I wouldn't have minded if they had decided to go a different direction and brought Russell Wilson into Miami. Would I have been upset? No. I mean, he's young enough to have some good years ahead of him. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is in Denver. I don't watch the Broncos play enough to have a good grasp on what it is. That play at the end was ugly, where he totally missed that wide open guy. But I don't know. I guess this is why you want veterans on your team that can, because I also don't get the whole throwing a fit in the back of the end zone so that everybody can see it. If you're the wide receiver, does that help your team? Does that help? Because at this point in the season, you have to have a brain in your head and realize that your options beyond Russell Wilson are, even if you do think Russell Wilson, man, this guy's terrible. Guess what? What are you going to do for this year? Maybe they address it in the offseason. Maybe they decide it was one and done and we don't want him around anymore and send him on his merry way. But you got to play with this guy the rest of the season. So what are you going to do? Throw a fit in the back of the end zone, run the morale of the team into the ground. To me, the season's not lost. You can still play good ball on the defensive side. You just got to get your offense together. Throwing fits in public. I would look at cutting that wide. I don't even know who that wide receiver was that threw the fit in the back, but I'd think about benching him. Because that kind of behavior is I can't stand players like that. If you got an issue, do something in the clubhouse, but don't do it on the field. Don't do it. That's why I don't believe Terrell Owens belongs in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a joke. I think he was a cancer to every team he played on. He didn't make them better. He could have. Owens should be in the Hall of Fame. The guy's got, as far as talent, if talent were just the one thing that gets you in the Hall of Fame, Terrell Owens should be there. He's that kind of, what a physical specimen, great ability. But you can't be throwing fits. You can't make it all about you. And to me, that's what he did, especially in Philadelphia. He should not have been considered for the Hall of Fame just for what he did in Philadelphia with that team. That team could have been so much more. And he decided to play diva. But of course, he showed his true colors even with the Hall of Fame, having his own private ceremony or party or whatever. What a idiot. Anyway, off on that tangent, because just to say that I can't stand diva wide receivers, especially diva wide receivers who I don't know. Who was that guy? If you don't, in comparatively, to compare what he's done in the NFL to what Russell Wilson has done in the NFL, he's nothing. So let's get on with these games. Let's talk a little. All right, so we got early morning. We got the New York Giants at Green Bay Packers. And man, how about the Packers giving up a home field advantage over in Europe? So normally, but you know what? I'm still going Packers because the Giants are playing better. They look a lot better. They're playing well, but I don't think they're ready for the Packers. Not even on a neutral ground. If it was at New York, maybe I think they'd have a shot, but yeah, I like the Packers here. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I like the Bills here as well. Excuse me. Sinuses trying to get me. So we got the yeah, I like I don't know what's going on with the Steelers offense, except they're trying to bring in the new kid. And yeah, he's going to have growing pains. But like I think was it Roethlisberger came out or somebody came out and said they got to stick with him. And I agree. If you're going to make the switch to the kid, you got to ride it out. Buffalo's, I don't know what the condition of their secondary is since we played them. That was a couple weeks ago. I don't know if they've gotten any healthier or not. They were kind of banged up when the Dolphins played them. If they are still banged up, I mean there'll be some opportunities for the kid, but yeah, he's going to make rookie mistakes. We've got the Los Angeles Chargers at Cleveland Browns. I'm going to go with the Chargers here. I don't expect this to be a blowout, though. I mean, the Browns do have a good running attack. They've got Brissett has done okay. I mean, Brissett's never going to set the world on fire, but he's played better than I thought he would. So I like them there. We'll come back and hit some of these confidence points so we get down through the games. We've got the Chicago Bears at Minnesota Vikings. And, I like Minnesota here. It's just hard to figure the Bears out. And not that Minnesota has a great identity either. But I do like the Vikings a little bit better. Detroit Lions at New England Patriots. Yeah, Patriots here. They're just better coached. You just can't. I don't know if Dan Campbell's going to make it. He talks a good game. I think he gets players to play for him, play hard for him. But does he have the kind of X's and O's needed to be a winner? I don't know about that. I don't know. And like I've said this before, he kind of strikes me a little bit as a meathead. And that's exactly what you'd want at his position, tight end. Somebody go in there and play tough and emotional, and he seems like a leader in the sense that I really do believe he gets players to follow him, but you have got to have a plan, and I'm not sure he's got a strong enough plan to be successful, and Belichick clearly does. But this is actually going to, now that I think about it, it's actually going to be a lot closer than what you might think, because New England's banged up at quarterback. But that kid, now I'm not going to be able to, Bailey Zappe. Played solid though. And Goff still doesn't do much to show me that should be a starting quarterback. He'll probably start for a few years somewhere just because people need quarterbacks, but I don't know that he'll ever be on a winner. All right, so we got Seattle Seahawks at New Orleans Saints. Ooh. I think it'd be a little closer if it were in Seattle. I'm going to give it to the Saints. Yeah, we're going to do that. Don't have a strong feeling about either team really, but Jameson Winston, if he has a good game, I don't know. Taking my Dolphins against the Jets. Again, Teddy Bridgewater, I know a lot of Dolphin fans don't like him. He hasn't really played great in the time that he's been on there, but of course you have to remember he's a backup, so he doesn't get a whole lot of snaps. Hopefully this year they've kind of corrected that, or this week they've kind of corrected that, as we've known he's going to be the starter. So and then all he's got to do, man, hit a long ball. He can do that. So I like our shots here. The Jets, I'm not looking past them. They're a good, decent football team. I'm not going to say they're good or great. They're working on it, and they've been banged up too. Zach Wilson's been banged up, but he's back. So I'm not expecting this to be an easy game, but I do think it's winnable. Got to touch on the Tua situation, and I still believe, man, I've thought about doing a separate video just to talk about it, but my feelings haven't changed much. I think if there's a problem here, it lies with the NFL and the NFLPA. I like, it just, this to me is just shows what's wrong with power structures in America in general. It seems like accountability always starts with middle management, right? Or guys that are just kind of at the bottom of not the bottom, but the kind of the middle rungs of the ladder, I guess. So everybody wants to blame Coach McDaniel for putting Tua back in the game. Now, the NFL has come out and said they did not find anything, any violations of the NFL protocol. So I think their determination has been what needs to change is the protocol. Okay. So that's so who is who's the culprit here? They fired the independent neurologist, but then they even have said that the NFL has said that they felt that the NFLPA was wrong to let him terminate his contract because of their findings. But they needed a scapegoat, right? Because the two people here that probably should be looking at being fired are Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, and Damaris Smith, whatever his name is, the leader of the director of the NFLPA. The guy that, especially Smith, because he's the one going, oh, we're going to file this lawsuit where somebody's got to pay, blah, 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 whatever. But that's the problem with power structures. The guys at the top are insulated. Now, Smith had a seat at the table when they drew up the protocols. There were 4 days that he could have stopped Tua from playing done something to help stop Tua from playing in the Cincinnati game if he felt that Tua had suffered a concussion. Where was he? You telling me that the director of the NFL Players Association couldn't have intervened? Now that assumes that Tua had a concussion. I'm not convinced 100% that the injury he sustained on that Thursday night was just the injury he sustained Thursday night. But regardless of how you look at this, it seems to me that the people that ought to be losing their job are a lot higher up the rung. The people who put it together. All right, so the people put it together, and then they want to fire the guys down low who have nothing to do with it. Why would you even consider putting McDaniel on the hot seat? And fans need to open their eyes too. Quit. It's just narrow-minded stuff. It's kind of like when ignorant fans talk about player salaries, right? But you never talk about the owners. You never talk about the owners demanding tax money for building stadiums, but you're mad at football players because they're just demanding part of the money that they generate anyway. But let's get mad at Coach McDaniel, who's not a medical professional in any way, shape, or form, because he put a player out who had been cleared by team doctors and an independent neurologist. Make that make sense. Let me move on before I get too deep in this rabbit hole. Atlanta and Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay here. I know they haven't been playing very well. Mariota has been trying to make me look like a fool because I don't believe in him, and he's played better than I thought he would, but Tom Brady's going to get it together. I mean, I don't know that he'll be the Tom Brady of old, but even a declining Tom Brady, he's still a good quarterback. So they're going to get good. He's not going to all of a sudden make bad decisions. There may be, if Father Time's catching up with him, he may not make all the throws that he wants to make, but he's not going to all of a sudden just be making terrible decisions. So he's too good for that. Tennessee Titans at Washington Commanders. Man, this is a tough one to call. The Titans are one of those teams that they're good and they just keep plugging away, but they're not such a dominant team that they just walk over people. Washington's got a lot of talent. I can't figure out why they aren't better. I'm going to call an upset here. Then we've got the Texans at Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been playing some pretty gutsy football. They're not there yet. They're a work in progress, but they look like they're making progress. Jake, can you come back down here, bud? Thank you. San Francisco at Carolina. 49ers at Panthers. Oh, gee. I like the 49ers here. Great defense. Great defense wins you ball games. And Garoppolo isn't terrible either. He gets about as much love as Russell Wilson, it seems like. They'll get it. They'll work it out. We've got the Cowboys at Rams. Yeah, we like the Rams here. Philadelphia at Arizona Cardinals. Ooh, I'm going to pick an upset here too. Everybody seems to be that high on Philadelphia. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't seen enough of the Eagles, but I like Arizona. Not by much. I'm not going to put much confidence on it as far as confidence points go, but Cincinnati Bengals at Baltimore Ravens. I like Baltimore. Lamar is it hasn't always shown up in the results, but man, I think he's playing really good, playing MVP candidate type year. Cincinnati has been struggling. This will be a good game. That's a good one for the Sunday night game. Then we got the Chiefs and Las Vegas Raiders. Come on, Chiefs. So let's lay some confidence points. I'm just going to jump right in here and put 16 on Kansas City. Man, they look good. That offense, yeah, I know some people may think their defense looks suspect, but their defenses always look suspect. It doesn't matter. That offense looks spectacular. I'm gonna just put one on this Ravens Bengals game. Man, that's going to be a slobber knocker. And I'm only going to put 2. No, we're going to switch that up. I'm going to move that up, put the 2 on the Ravens, because I'm only going to put 1 on the Cardinals to beat the Eagles, to upset the Eagles. Where was my other upset? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think we're going to push that up to 3. And then put the other 2 on the Commanders. My 2 upset specials. Get them out of the way. Let's see. Who else do I think we're going to put a lot of confidence on the Bills. I think the Bills beat the Steelers. Josh Allen versus man, don't get old. Your memory. I know that rookie quarterback's name, but yeah, you got Josh Allen versus a rookie quarterback. Kenny something, right? Let's go. Let's put I'm going to go big confidence on Rams. This Green Bay game. Yeah, you can put a lot of, we are talking Aaron Rodgers. You know what? I got to bump everything up. I forgot. I missed the Thursday night game. So we are not going to do the number 1, the 1 confidence point. That's out of play. So who else looks really good in here? I do like Tampa Bay over Atlanta quite a bit. I like then it starts getting a little more dicey up through here. Who do I feel strongly about? I would probably go a little more strongly with the Chargers, except I'm concerned about their health. They're playing on the road. And the Cleveland Browns aren't without weapons. So, wow. New England's got a banged up quarterback, or else I'd go there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some chances. Let's go with the Dolphins big over the Jets. Big confidence, even though 2 is out. Man. Let's go big confidence with New England. Because the Lions find more ways to lose than they do to win. We'll go ahead and go Chargers next. That Minnesota-Chicago just doesn't look very good to me. But we'll go Minnesota with 5. Then we're going to go Jacksonville, believe it or not. Just because Houston sucks. Then San Francisco, New Orleans. Come back here for some game predictions or for some score predictions. Kansas City, I expect to light it up as usual. I think Baltimore's going to beat Cincinnati fairly solid. And I can't do the second tiebreaker because I missed the first game. So we'll save it. Quickly look at some fantasy football. As soon as I remember which one I want this one. Took a loss last week. I think if we look at the standings, where am I? I'm down at the bottom with 1-3. Not very good. Certainly not compared to last year when I was at the top of both of my fantasy football league divisions. But I'm not sure I can do much more with this. I got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback this week. Austin Eckler, Najee Harris at running back. Jake, what's up, buddy? I don't know if y'all can hear Jake crying in the other room or not. I don't know what's up. I know he got a can of cat food last night, so he loves the wet cat food. That can't be it, can it? Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the lineup. What's Sanders doing? He had a big game last week. Oh man, I might want to consider putting him in for Najee Harris, because Harris has had kind of not a great year. I think that's a move we have to make. Get Miles Sanders in there. Austin Eckler. Might want to pull Jalen Waddle. What are my options for that? Thielen is really my option. It's either Waddle or Thielen. Thielen's not been doing bad. 15 2 weeks ago, 11 last week. But he got 0 stars for matchup. Adam Thielen has seen his targets increase in each of the. It's hard to see him grow the number of targets he saw from last week. He's not hurt, is he? So why did he get 0 stars in this matchup? Chicago's given up third fewest fantasy points to wide receivers this season. We don't want that. We'll leave Jalen in for now. How's Zach doing? Zach Ertz. He's been doing all right. So I think we're going to go with this lineup. Jason Sanders, Dolphin defense. There you have it. All right, so there's my picks for the week. That's my lineup for fantasy football. So can't believe I've actually run my mouth for as long as I have. 45 minutes? All right. Well, if you come back and watch this video, especially all the way to this point, thank you. And we'll do it again next week. Till then, peace.